Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from the Daily Wire dated November 1st. And you're hearing this a lot later than November 1st because at the time that I'm recording this, I am just preparing for being out of town. So when this video actually appears, I am out of town. And I figured while I was out of town, because I'm not going to be able to stay uh, up to date on current events, I'm not bringing my stuff with me or anything, that I would just have a lot of uh, pre-recorded videos out that are just more or less stupid things or fun things while I'm gone, before I come back and I'm able to get back into the grind of reporting on, or you know pretty much current events. So here we go with something stupid. That's what we have here from the Daily Wire. It says more than 100 bird species about to be renamed because racism, because our society is very, very stupid right now. So the article says more than 100 bird species are about to be renamed because their monikers have been deemed offensive and exclusionary due by some due to their connection to racist past of the people who the birds were named after. So that's what we're doing now. Okay, we're pulling a full 1984 here. Jesus Christ. Says the American Ornithological Society, an organization responsible for standardizing English bird names across the Americas, announced on Wednesday that dozens of birds in US and Canada will be renamed because birds who are named in honor of people can be upsetting to some, the New York Times reported. Of course, it comes from the New York Times because, you know, why wouldn't it? Because the New York Times blows. Says there is power in a name, and some English bird names have associations with the past that continue to be exclusionary and harmful today. Colleen Handel, the society's president and a research wildlife biologist with the U.S. Geological Survey in Alaska, said. Now, what I would ask her to say is, what if it turns out that in the future, like 50 or 100 years from now, Colleen, turns out that people see what you did as very bad? Okay, are they allowed to change the names back? Do they change it to something else? Like, I hate to break it to Colleen, but you're not the good guy here. So, and she says, we need a much more inclusive and engaging scientific process that focuses attention on the unique features and beauty of the birds themselves, she added. Everyone who loves and cares about birds should be able to enjoy and study them freely, and birds need our help now more than ever. So here's an embedded tweet from the New York Post that basically says the same things. And just again, this is incredibly dumb. It says we've come to understand that there are certain names that have offensive or derogatory connotations that cause pain to people, and that it is important to change those to remove those as barriers to their participation in the world of birds. She continued. NPR noted. Oh, NPR, yeah, there we go. Bastion of truth that they are. Yeah, because when I'm looking out the window and I see a blue jay, I go, oh my God, think of all the blue things out there that are really upset that that's a blue jay, or like if there's a blackbird, like are like what African American people looking at that bird and going, I don't like that. No, it's just the name of the goddamn bird. Like that's it. That's all it is. Okay. Like the dogs that I don't have dogs. I'm talking about my parents' dogs. Like we have Irish setters. Like if like if there was someone out there that was Irish, are they going to be like, you know what? I don't like that those dogs are called that. We should completely rename those dogs. Like, that's just what they are. Jesus H. Christ. Like, can we move on? I mean, can we like move on to things that are actually important? Because this is not one of those things. Now, some of the birds who will be affected include such fine feathered creatures as Gambel's quail, Lewis's woodpecker, Anna's hummingbird, Bullock's oriole, Bewick's wren, and many more, NPR noted. Okay, so unless all those people, I guess what they're trying to say were bad people according to them, then like what's wrong with the names like quail, woodpecker, hummingbird, oriole, and a wren? Like I don't get it. It says the Audubon Shearwater, who was named after the famous bird illustrator James John Audubon, I thought that would be the highway, will be among those renamed because Audubon was a slave owner who adamantly opposed abolition, the Times noted. Okay, so the bird needs to pay for something that somebody did, God knows how long ago this guy lived, so at least 150, 160 years ago. So the bird, their whole species gets to have their name changed because this guy did shitty things, like a couple centuries ago. Okay, yeah, that makes absolute total sense. Is the Scots Oriole will also get a new name because it was named after U.S. Civil War General Winfield Scott. Okay. So Scott led a force of thousands who removed the Cherokee Indians from their land as part of the Trail of Tears, PBS noted. Okay, but Winfield Scott's also kind of considered like one of our greatest generals ever. Okay, so we conquered them, they lost, we're done. Like, Okay, this is stupid. It says the move to change the birds' names comes from birders who were upset about the connotation to historical figures. In 2020, following the death of George Floyd, the organization received a petition from the Bird for Names for Birds group, which pointed out that the names are isolating and demeaning reminders of oppression, slavery, and genocide. If bird names are reminding you of these things, might I suggest seeing a mental health professional because you are the one with the problem. Okay, like if there was a bird out there that was named after, since the Israel and Palestine thing is going on right now at the time that I'm recording this. If someone was to name something like the Gazan woodpecker or something, like I'm not gonna look at that and be like, oh my God, oh Jesus, they slaughtered a bunch of my people. Holy crap. Like I can't, like if I see one of these birds that's causing me pain. No, I'm not, because I'm not a freaking mental midget. Okay. This is stupid. Okay. That's just the name of the freaking bird. My God. Says we're really doing this to address some historical wrongs. They're not historical wrongs. Judith Scarl, who I would say is the villain here, says the executive director of the American Ornithological Society said, adding that the change will engage even more people in enjoying and protecting and studying birds. No, it won't. You're gonna find, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. Okay, because like all of a sudden, like things were named something for a long time, and then all of a sudden now they're not named those things anymore. People are gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, "Oh, that was this. Oh, but now we have to call it that." Like, I'm not doing that. It's like in Chicago, which I've always said that I live in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. It's like the Sears Tower. Everybody calls it the Sears Tower. Nobody calls it the Willis Tower. Okay, and I have a friend whose last name is Willis, and she even is like jokes that it's still the Sears Tower. Okay, like people still will call it by the name they grew up knowing it as. This isn't going to make anybody suddenly be like, "Oh my God, like you named it that now? I want to be more involved in this." This is not going to be a thing. Anyway, just to finish this off, there's just one paragraph left. It says the renaming of the birds is expected to begin next year, starting with 10 birds and eventually working to 70 to 80 bird species. The new birds' names will be based on their habitats or distinct features, NPR noted. Again, this is stupid. Why is this happening? I don't know. So I got nothing else to say about this. It's just dumb. So in the vein of stupidity, let me know what you think in the comments below about this. Do you want to see these birds renamed? Are you someone that watches birds? Like, what would you think about this? I mean, again, I don't give a crap at all about, birds or anything, but this is just stupid that we have to like go back through history and be like, oh, this person may have done something bad 200 years ago, so we need to change everything in the present about it. It's really 1984-ish. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.